Today is all about circle prospecting and trigger marketing, so join me. Hi there, my name is Alan Richards. I'm the managing broker at Maximum One Realty and Realtor Partners, and today we're talking about circle prospecting, also known as trigger marketing. And really they're very much the same thing. Circle prospecting and trigger marketing is where you are basically marketing around a listing. The biggest difference really is most of the time with circle prospecting the listing isn't yours, and with trigger marketing it is. The great thing about circle prospecting and trigger marketing is it's a great way to attract and to find sellers. You know, the old adage, we list to live. Well, this is a great way. There's so many lead sources that we have to attract buyers, but a lot of times attracting sellers is much more difficult. And so that's where circle prospecting and trigger marketing work really, really well. On circle prospecting and trigger marketing, like I said, it goes out around a listing in a particular neighborhood, and you want to share the information going on with your particular listing or with that particular property. So a lot of times it's going to be like just listed, open house, under contract, closed. Those kind of things are going to be things that we want to communicate what's going on. And the reason that we want to communicate to that neighborhood or that area where the home is located is we all know that a lot of times if one house sells in a neighborhood, what immediately follows right behind it? Well, two or three more, boom, boom, boom. Those are getting knocked out right behind it. You want to be the one that captures those next two or three because people start thinking, if they sold for that much, maybe I can too. And so that's what we're trying to capture. And so you want to reach out. And there's several ways to reach out. Now you can go completely old school and for forever kind of thing. Listing agents a lot of times put out the just listed postcards, and you can still do just listed postcards. Those work okay. It's not bad, but when you look at the amount of engagement that you get out of just listed postcards, most of the time just listed postcards is it's a pretty small piece that actually has a great return on there. You have to be very specific about it. And it does help to get your name and your brand out there, and especially if you're trying to really market one particular neighborhood, postcards can work just fine. But they tend to be one of the ones that gets the least amount of engagement out of our clients. One of the ones that gets the greatest amount of engagement that most people are afraid of is door knock. You can go door knock all around your listings. You can go out there and try and let them know, hey, I've got an open house on Saturday. I'd love to see you here. Come by and check out the competition, see what the houses look like. Hey, have you ever thought about selling? Those are great things to be able to talk. And so if you're comfortable knocking on doors and inviting people to open houses, letting them know that your house was just listed, that kind of stuff, it can be really great information to share. And it gives you a reason to go to the door. The other thing you can do is you can just call. Now, a lot of people are like, well, where do I get those numbers? And in the bottom of the video down here, I'm going to share some links with some of the services that we use personally in order to be able to reach out on our circle prospecting. And so some of those, you can definitely get all the addresses from CRS Power Tools or from Realist. So you can find the addresses and the names. Sometimes you can use a service such as Fiverr, and you can have them go out and search all the names and numbers for those people. You can also use a product called Cole Realty Resource, which is the one that we use, or we also use RedX, which is another one. And these are pay services, but they give you the names, phone numbers, and the email addresses in a lot of cases of the surrounding neighbors. And once you have that, then you can actually just call them and do the exact same kind of thing. Let them know what it is that's going on with this neighborhood or with this particular house, and continue to reach out. One thing that we really also like is direct to voicemail messaging. So we use Sly Broadcast for that, and I'll include the link down below. But with Sly Broadcast, the beauty of that is I record one voicemail message, hit send, and it goes out to everyone in my list at one time. It saves me a lot of time. And then their phone just never rings. They just all of a sudden get a message, and then they listen to it, and it'll be like, hey, we're having an open house on Saturday. We'd love to have you by. Right now we're getting more buyers than we have property for in this neighborhood. We'd love to be able to have more property, and if you've ever thought about selling, please let us know, because we'd love to be able to bring you a buyer. And then that's a great script to kind of use with those folks. The other thing we like a lot is text. Text is really, really strong right now. On email, we're finding email has an open rate of around 15%. Text in comparison has a response rate of around 85%. And we use a service called Easy Texting. And again, on all these companies that I'm sharing with you, that doesn't matter who you use. It's just who we've used, and we found them to be economical. I don't have any kind of equity in any of these companies, so use who you like. But for us, we use easy texting. We dump in all the numbers. We create one text message. We include a link to the property. We can include links to different things, to different sources, and or we can also send them a link to our website to where we can get them signed up. So we put those back into, and then we send it out. One text message, boom, goes out. Not one of those that has everybody's number in there, so they kind of see. Everyone hates group texting, but you can send individual messages, and it also gives you a great way to interact. You can also do flyers. And those are a little bit, like I said, those are harder to send out. You can put out flyers, those kind of things. The last thing is social media. Social media is going to be really, really big. And one thing that we love to do on Facebook is we'll zoom in on like a 1 mile radius over the same neighborhood where we're trying to reach out and trigger market or circle prospect, and we'll send that same message, or we'll send a message to that same group, homeowners, with a college degree, 35 to 60 as far as our demographics. Those are the normal demographics that we go after. And then we'll send a message of, ever thought about selling? See how much your home is worth, and then we'll send them to those links. But we'll run that Facebook ad. We'll drop $10 on it or $5 a day for a couple of days. So we'll send text, voicemail, or a direct phone call, those kind of things. And then when you couple social media with it, it just seems like you're everywhere, and so you become the resource for that neighborhood. So good luck with circle prospecting. It really does work amazing. It's one of those tools that when you get really good at it, it helps you go from being the guy that waits for the listings, or the gal that waits for the listings to come to you, and now you're the hunter, and you get to eat what you kill. So good luck with that. I wish you the best, and please let me know how it goes.